How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be unboxing and testing out this Wielio projector that was recently sent out to me. This is a native 1080p projector, but it can upscale to 4K. This is also a smart projector, so we're going to be testing out some of its features and then of course throwing up some sample footage and showing you guys just how nice the projection looks. All right, so let's just get straight into the unboxing and see what we get. So we get a user guide here, which may be pretty helpful. We have all of our cables here in one bag and the remote. So we have a pretty small remote. It's basically the same size as the remote that I use on my TV. And then it takes two AAA batteries right there. So far, I'm not seeing any batteries inside of the box, but I'll let you guys know if I do find any. We have an HDMI cable, always nice to have an extra. Some RCA cables, I believe. So that's nicer for some older systems. And then we have the power cable. And let's go ahead and see how long the power cable is. All right, so that's what we're looking at. I'm gonna assume this is about 4 feet. So you guys may end up needing an extension cord if you guys mount it on the ceiling or something like that. And then this appears to be the last thing inside of the box. We have the actual projector, and it comes with this really unique stand. So I love that. Not a lot of projectors come with something that can tilt and adjust everything right from the get-go. You don't have to put it on a tripod or anything like that. You don't have to adjust a little knob here. It's just super simple. And it also probably gets better airflow because of that. So let me go ahead and give you guys a closer look at the projector. Then we're gonna go ahead and do the actual test. All right, so on the front here, we have a big sticker covering everything that's important here. So that's nice. Looks like that bulb was nice and safe in the lens. And then we have something down there to scan. So we're gonna go ahead and do that because it looks like there's an app to go ahead and connect to this. It looks like that app could actually help you cast your phone to the projector as well. So right here, we have an audio out port. We have the AV port. So I did call that the component cables earlier, but that's how it works. You just plug this in there. Then you have these three, HDMI in, and we have two USBs. The nice thing about having a USB this close to the HDMI is that you guys could easily hook up a smart device to it and just get the power straight from the projector, or I assume put a USB in there with whatever video file you want to project. Our on button, and then that's where the power is gonna be. If you guys do want to mount the projector, you guys will need to take this base off, but I'm gonna keep the base on because I think that that's pretty nice for how we're gonna be using it, which is gonna be mostly just as a portable projector. All right guys, so we just went ahead, plugged it in, we turned it on, and we got everything set up. I noticed a couple things that I really like about it already, and one of them is the fact that as soon as I adjust this, the keystone corrects. So it has automatic keystone correction. Let's go ahead, just for fun, put it up on my ceiling. So you can see it's pretty flat right now and it just automatically adjusts. So that's really neat. I've seen that feature in a couple other projectors and I absolutely love it. It makes using it way easier. Then to adjust the focus, we have these buttons right here. So you're gonna press that and you'll see it start to adjust. And now we got it back to right where I want it, where it's really clear. We are just projecting on a wall right now as well. And for not having a projector screen up, I think the quality is actually really good. And of course we have some lights over there and we could still see the screen really well. So I think it's a pretty bright bulb. All right, so now we're just gonna go through some settings here. And I did already connect this to my internet. So that's how we're able to go ahead and start using apps like that. Then I'll show you guys some sample footage towards the end here. This is where we're gonna do most of our setup. So really all I did, I connected it to the internet. We do have Bluetooth. So if you guys wanna use a Bluetooth speaker with this, you guys definitely can do that or use that audio out port. Let's go ahead and go into the sound settings. So we could turn that off. Otherwise, we're gonna hear pop every time that we go to a new setting. So right here, we're at 76%. I did go ahead and test the audio and it was actually really good. It seemed to have a little bit more bass. It didn't sound super tinny like some other projectors I've tested in the past. So I was definitely impressed with that. Right here, we have something that's really important. We have scaling. So you guys can get this further away and zoom it in so that you guys don't have a massive screen if you guys are trying to fit it specifically somewhere. But we're gonna just go ahead and keep this at its max right there because we are in a pretty small room. You guys can go ahead and flip this. So if you guys are mounting this up on the ceiling, you guys would just go here and change the mode. So you guys have basically any direction you guys need. and then all of our other editing points. So if you guys wanted to, you guys could manually control the keystone and get that right where you want it. All right, so now we also have a display setting menu. So we could go ahead and change this to a more vivid color, or just keep it on the normal, or we could just go ahead and do a completely custom setup right down there. Right here, you guys could see how the storage is doing. So we have 4 gigabytes in here, and then you guys could download some more apps, it looks like. And this is running some sort of Android software. And then you guys could update it right here as well. So I probably should go ahead and do that here soon. And here's where you guys would download more apps. So you guys would just get on the Play Store and download whatever app you want, whatever video streaming service you use, and so on. There's this menu as well. It just shows us all the apps right here. Then we also have some casting apps. So if you guys want to mirror your phone screen, this is how you guys would do it. You download one of these apps on your phone, and then you guys would be able to just replicate what's on your phone up there. Now, obviously I'm recording on my phone right now, so I'm not gonna be able to show you guys that today. And then here is our input menu. You guys could just switch between AV and HDMI, or you guys could just use the built-in apps. All right, so we're gonna be testing this out with an old video of mine. I like to use this for all of my projector tests because it has a bunch of colors and it's just a video game. So we are on 1080p right up here. I just wanted to go ahead and show you that. And now I'm gonna go back and let you guys see this in the full screen. Now my keystone is not perfect right now, but it does still look pretty good. You guys could see just how bright it is and how clear the image is despite just being on my wall. Let's go ahead and give you guys an even closer look. So once again, you guys should be able to start kind of seeing the wall texture there, but that is not the projector itself. That's just because we're not using a screen today. When you guys really do get close though, especially when you guys are looking over there, you cannot see any specific pixels or anything like that. It's just one clean, clear image. I've tested a bunch of projectors and I've seen a lot of them just get blurry and they might not have a clear image, but this one's definitely easy to look at. It's not straining on my eyes, and it definitely looks clear enough for me. So right now I think we're probably at about a 75-inch screen. We can obviously make this a lot bigger. So let's go ahead and pull this back a little bit more and show you guys how big this could get. All right, so now I wanna say this is probably getting closer to a 100-inch screen. And I also went ahead and fixed the keystone to make sure that it was all perfectly square. I wanna say right now, this is about 8 to 10 feet away from the wall, and we're getting about 100 to maybe a 90-inch screen. Even when pulling this back a little, the screen still looks just as clear. So I think that you guys could definitely get away with pulling this back even further and getting possibly a 120-inch screen out of this at the same detail. So overall, I think that this is a really cool projector. It's super easy to actually set up. The speaker on here is surprisingly good. It does look like it's truly 1080p there, so that's definitely a good sign. But anyways, that's it for my super quick review of this projector.